We just got done flipping a property in Aurora at 427 South Leamoth Street. And so I thought in today's video, we would talk about tips that make your yard a selling point in Aurora. A well thought out backyard can be a huge factor when selling your home. And your front yard can be an even bigger factor when selling your home. In fact, it can influence prospective buyers' entire perception of the property. An overgrown yard can deter buyers and make a horrible first impression. In today's video, we have put together some ideas to make your yard a selling point, helping you get the best return on your home. They don't call it the great outdoors for nothing. A well-landscaped and maintained yard can add 15% to the value of your home. If a person really loves it, your yard can add another 10% perceived value to certain buyers. That's a lot of value. Here are some suggestions to have your yard sell your home. Curb appeal is one of the most important selling points when trying to sell your house. I can't express enough how important curb appeal can be when it comes to selling your Aurora home. The fact of the matter is, people do sometimes judge a book by its cover. An overgrown front yard, worn paint, and overall messiness can cause some people to not even bother looking inside your home. Buyers purchase based on how the home will affect their status. If your home will increase their status, they'll come take a look at it. If it looks like it'll decrease their status, they're not interested. They're not even going to come in. They're not even going to take a look. So add touch-up paint as needed. Add new fixtures, locks, a doormat, refresh the mailbox with a new mailbox or some fresh paint. If there's flowers around the house, maybe plant new, make sure they're in a good shape. Trim back bushes and trees. Make sure all the weeds are pulled from the flower beds. Add new rock or mulch in the around the perimeter of the house in the planting beds. You want to make the people feel at home. A backyard can be a huge opportunity for entertaining and a place for family and friends to gather. Let your potential buyers envision themselves relaxing in the space by setting up a few key areas. Make sure there are multiple seating areas. Add some leisure items such as a hammock or a fire pit. Don't spend a lot of money on these added items, and if you don't have them, don't worry about it. You don't necessarily have to have the seats outside, but at least have areas so people can envision. If you do have the furniture, it's even better. But a nice backyard can almost serve as an additional room. If you can, put up a grilling area. If you have an extra grill, set it outside. Make sure there's a spot where people can envision themselves living in their backyard. During the showings and open houses, consider utilizing the backyard. Grill some burgers and create a relaxing, homey atmosphere for your guests. Cleaning up is really important. A clean and neat front yard speaks volumes about how you care for the other aspects of your home. If you invest time and energy into the beautification of your front yard, then you are likely to do the same throughout the rest of your house. A clean front yard shows you take pride in your home, which potential buyers will recognize and respect. Power wash the sidewalk, porch, driveway, and anything else that needs it. A good power washing can have the same effect as a fresh coat of paint. Pull the weeds, edge the lawn, trim back the bushes and trees. Get rid of any clutter lying around. Even if it's something you use, if there's any way that you can get rid of it so it's not an eyesore, that's going to help. Wash the windows inside and out. Touch up worn out or chipped paint. Consider putting a new mulch or rock around the perimeter of the house. Fix anything you need to repair. Steps, the mailbox, etc. Be efficient. While you want a beautiful yard, you don't want it to be a full-time job to maintain. Simple and clean is the best way to go. You don't want potential buyers to see your yard and think, oh, that looks like a lot of work. So consider installing an irrigation system for all the yard areas if you don't already have one. Don't plant high maintenance vegetation. If you don't already have flowers in your front yard, you probably should not add them. You want perennial plants that don't need a lot of water. Consider a rock garden, sand or gravel in one area of your yard. And while that costs more than sod, it's not when you consider the irrigation. It's kind of almost a wash. So however you choose to landscape, make sure you're doing it consciously with your potential buyer in mind. Your front yard can make or break the sale of your home. Keep this in mind when you are ready to sell your Aurora house. If you are thinking of selling your Aurora home, we can help you sell your house for the most cash. Give Eric a call at 720-252-6888. About to buy a property from Linda, and we're going to do the closing at Linda's kitchen table. So I'm sitting here with Bruce. I just purchased his property.
I recently sold my house to Eric with Denver Property Flip.
Eric's been wonderful to deal with.
If this is not too good to be true, this is the answer to my my prayers right now.
And the prompt call back because I didn't think I was going to talk to you that soon.
Just had a very smooth process with Eric.
Extremely fast and convenient, and it wasn't like a lowball offer either. You didn't try to
No, not
screw
at all.
him.
A lot higher than the first offer I got.
You didn't even have to do that, but you did, and we appreciate that.
Just the transparency. I do appreciate that.
It was a pleasure doing business with you.
Eric, that's, I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Give him a call, he's the best.
call 720 370 9595.